think that we will stop? You can bring the police, you can take me away. I'll be back, maybe not here, but wherever you are, until you make the Gulf whole, until you take care of our fishermen, until the dolphins stop dying, until the turtles come back.
Whatever happened to Beyond Petroleum?
We cannot allow BP to continue to destroy us and poison us.
What about the people who relied on getting on their shrimp boat and going out and making their livelihood from the sea? It wasn't just their livelihood, it was part of their way of being, essential to their very soul, to be out on that water.
My name is Rolfes, and I'm from New Orleans, and I came here because it's a devastating thing that happened, and they have refused to clean up, they have refused to acknowledge the extent of the problem, and if they won't come to us and solve it, then we have to come here. I have a 5-year-old boy born a few months before the disaster, and to have to explain something like an oil spill and why there aren't dolphins anymore is a terrible thing. They have changed our world irrevocably, and so we're here to change their world and to change business as usual.
Hi, my name's Seifert. I live in Houston, and I'm here today because the world needs to know that the BP oil disaster is not a thing of the past. The oil disaster is now. There are ongoing impacts, and communities all across the Gulf continue to suffer from the negligence of this corporation. BP continues to deny accountability, and people continue to suffer, and enough is enough. We have to rise up. We have to defend ourselves. We have to hold BP accountable.
I'm Amanda Lodoza. I'm a Houston resident, and I'm here because BP's forced me to be here.
My name is Cherri Foytlin. I am a Cherokee Dene living in South Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico. I have seen with my own eyes the devastation that this spill has caused and continues to cause to this day. This disaster is not over. We have oil that continues to run into our marshes and on our beaches. Our dolphins and turtle continue to wash in dead at higher rates than normal, and the longest mortality event in the recorded history of the Gulf of Mexico. But what I'm mainly concerned about is the toxic dispersants they used during the spill that has caused a grave health issue for the people in the Gulf. I've seen children who are sick. In the early days we had rashes and respiratory problems, but now it's moved into cancers, very aggressive cancers, in parts of where I live in Louisiana, just south of us in Plaquemines Parish. They say they're burying about a person a week. My friend in Alabama said he's buried 100 people between Katrina and BP. They're just people that he knows and he cares about, and he's gravely ill himself. He wanted to go to tell this himself at the BP AGM in London. His name's Paul Nelson, but he couldn't do that because he was so ill. And I feel like I'm mandated by the Creator, by my own heart, and by the need to protect my kids, my beautiful, beautiful kids, to be the change I want to see. It sounds like some romantic notion. It's not romantic, anything romantic about it. It's a responsibility, and I take that very personally, because I have to, because I'm a mom and I want to be a grandma, and I want them to say that my mom stood for us.
Why have you created a world in which we have to do things like explain to our children about oil disasters? What do you think when you see those horrible pictures of the oily pelicans? Why did BP lie from the very beginning? What about the 11 men whose lives were lost? Is oil really worth losing lives?
These questions were collected from people who were affected across the Gulf of Mexico. These are not questions that I made up by myself. And I'm here because I care. And I won't back down, because I can't. I live there.